Cortisol detox is the wrong fight. Your hormone isn't broken. The system producing it is. So you have seen the trend, the cortisol face, the cortisol belly, the low cortisol dance. 800 million views and climbing. And every feed is essentially telling you that your hormones are the problem.
Yeah, face in the morning,
Yeah.
weight around the middle section that won't budge, wired at 10 p.m., and then you're like up by 2 p.m. in the afternoon, right?
Yeah. And the thing is, when that starts happening, what's the first thing that people do? Like, oh my gosh.
Coffee.
Yeah. What are my hacks? I got to figure out a hack. I got to Google. And so you come across all these different things. Like,
Yeah.
what kind of coffee is it?
The mushroom coffee.
Mushroom coffee. Yeah.
And it's sad because I've been there and I know exactly how this goes, right? You start Googling what to do for energy, right? And then you hear adaptogens such as ashwagandha, right? To help calm down the nervous system. Mushroom coffee to help calm down, bring down that cortisol, right? A cortisol cocktail.
Oh,
What
yeah.
is, you heard of that one?
Oh, yeah. I had to look that one up. Yeah. I didn't know I did it. But yeah, always some other kind of supplement, something else you got to stack. And even when you do it, it still doesn't do anything. It may take a little time. Oh, yeah, I feel good for like a week. Well, that maybe could have been like a placebo effect. Like you're doing something, but really not doing anything. I just feel that people are being sold the wrong fix all the single time. The thing is, people know when they're operating behind their standards, parents, and you can feel it because the sharpness is just gone. It means the same thing over and over and over again, where you're just feeling like, man, I can't think. I don't want to be here. I'm snapping at my kids. Home. I work. Oh my gosh, I got to have 5 cups of coffee.
Yeah. Remember when I was going through it and you would walk in the door tired too?
Yeah.
I would throw the kids at him. Here, you take them. I am just tired. I'm done. I can't. I barely stay awake. I had very low patience.
Yeah.
Like I was crashing.
I don't want the kids. You take the kids. I don't want the kids. No, I don't want the kids either. No. No, and that's what I'm saying. That's the gap. That shouldn't be like that because ultimately that's what we do want. And you have those situations, and when you're thinking, the decisions that used to take like 30 seconds, and boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Now it's taking like a whole hour trying to sort through all of the stuff. Yeah.
It's just a totally different version of yourself, right? That your spouse seeing, or even you're seeing, right? And it's just you start to feel guilty internally. That quiet guilt it starts to build.
Yeah, and that's a wrong way to be motivated. Is to be motivated by the guilt. That's a really toxic, bad emotion to be led from. You're not away from the guilt. You want to be running towards something. So yeah, because when you're chasing this whole hormone detox because it's a fad, it really just delays the real work that needs to happen. Every time people start doing this, we were doing it. You're putting the real solution that much further in the future, and that's where you got to get there to as quick as possible. That way, you work on it day by day, week by week, and you know what happens? You start to close the gap. You don't want the gap to widen back up because you keep doing these hacks. When I think about this, it's like okay, well, how come everybody's blaming cortisol? Is it really truly a villain? And so, if you're doing all these detoxes, then why is it why is it leaving the same way?
That's a good question.
Right? Versus, oh my gosh, hold on, it's my hormones. What can I do to fix it? No, in a sense, real quickly, a hack.
Yeah. Everything is a hack, right? And the one thing that we need to look at, nobody is looking at, right? And it's like what's breaking down is the cortisol. Why is it? The question is why is it spiking? That's the question we should be asking ourselves.
That's a symptom. It's not the problem because you got to
Correct.
have cortisol in your body.
Right.
So you had cortisol before, didn't have a problem.
I mean, he's been on this planet for how long? And cortisol, has it always been the problem?
If you don't have cortisol, you won't be alive. Because that's the same thing that keeps you alive, or the hormone that keeps you alive. You're walking through a jungle and you hear a loud noise, or you hear a sudden, you try to prepare for falling. It's like a spike, you get adrenaline, and I'm running from that bear chasing me, right?
Right. Yes. So if it's a fire, earthquake, you want to run to safety. You need that cortisol to help propel you to go fast, right? So cortisol does not need a detox at all.
100%. Yeah, it needs more of a system. Yeah, that's how your body works. You have a system, and when you run it properly, you can stop demanding it every single hour of every single day.
Yeah. Who wants to stay hyped up just scared all day long or just hyper active all day long. That makes no sense to me.
And it's a stressful state. And when the stressful state, the body begins to break down. And when you're in a stressful state, it really drains your overall energy. And then you start getting all the complications that come with a stressful state, like getting sick all the time or chronic diseases, which even drain your energy more. So it's a vicious closed loop. Right. So overall, I mean, here's what I found, right? There's 4 things, and we talked about it beforehand for these hacks. One of them is, you said, the cortisol cocktail.
Yes.
Right. That's a solution we can do, right? So here's what I found. It's coconut water, orange juice, salt, and magnesium.
Oh, yes. Magnesium is another big one out there.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. How do you think that tastes? Coconut water
I
and
guess
orange
it might
juice.
taste okay. I'm drinking it.
I'm not drinking it either.
But I know one thing.
What?
It does nothing.
Well, yeah. It's addressing the issue why your cortisol is high.
Yeah. Yeah, at all. Second thing is the good old
Ashwagandha.
ashwagandha.
I've been guilty of that one.
Yeah. And mushroom coffee too, right?
I've been guilty of that one, yes. My cortisol was high and I couldn't understand why. And I would Google, and Dr. Google will tell me get ashwagandha because it will help calm you down. You go spend the money and get those items.
Yep.
And I did not like how I felt on it because my cortisol was still elevated, but I felt very, what's the word? Super calm. So it's like having a heavy like a heavy blanket on top of you, just holding down your limbs. That's what it felt like. But my heart was like,
care. Like you don't care. Yeah, like an apathy kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, I wasn't. So it's like it did not do anything for the cortisol. It was still high.
It doesn't fix the pattern that's broken.
No.
System still kind of erupted in a sense.
Correct.
Like a computer
Right.
file.
Right.
Right. Okay. So that's number 2. The third option is, I'm just going to sacrifice everything. I'm going to quit caffeine, cut carbs, and I'm going straight all protein keto, baby.
I've been there. I've cut the caffeine, I cut the carbs, and it just made it even worse. It made the cortisol spike even higher.
It does. And the reason is because it's not an energy source. It is all, well, I should say that it's not a direct energy source. Your body has to go through some crazy metabolism just to break down the protein in order to get the energy.
Yeah.
And the thing is that you eat all this protein, there is no storage place in the body for protein, so it's just circling your whole body.
Wow.
Yeah, and so now you got all this breakdown, no real true carbs to fill your body, and it's a keto is being bastardized for the wrong reasons. Yeah, it's a whole new stressor, and they call it a fix.
Yes, that is so true. Yeah. And a lot of people are walking around still. I was at that time. I couldn't understand it.
No, it's
and I would complain to you.
We had to really look into a lot of different things and really understand deeper as core root. Why? Yeah. Get curious about it. You gotta get really curious.
What is causing it and why?
Don't take anything at face value anymore. We don't take anything at face value. You say something, until proven otherwise. That's how I think.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The fourth one's my favorite though. All right. The other one is the whole cortisol face taping video.
I didn't hear about until you mentioned it, and I don't even know what's involved. Is it like on your face?
So there's just taping your face jawline because your face is puffy, and so you get the surgical grade tape, and you're able to like put them together, and you get the swelling out. So basically, what you're doing, you're trying to treat the swelling, but that's not the cortisol fix.
What is that doing? That's not doing anything if you think about it, right? It's the cortisol is still there, running throughout your body, right? The driver is still running.
Yep.
All right. All 4 options are basically, it doesn't treat the problem.
Correct. Not touching the system at all. You're just putting a Band-Aid on everything, like the whole typical medical system.
And you were entertained on social media by all of those hacks.
Yeah.
Do anything.
You do all of them, and you're still operating below the level that you want to be operating at. And that's you're still down here, and that sucks because we know how it feels.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: the overall, you got to realize that cortisol is an important part of the human body. It's not the enemy, right? It's kind of like a report when it's always high. It's telling you that something is going on. There's a load on your system that's just too heavy for what you're feeding it.
Yeah, your body's telling you something. Listen to it. It's a clue. It's giving you a check engine light, right?
Boom.
Something is happening. Pay attention and address it.
Yep.
It's too late.
Yep. So high stress, it means you need more energy. And when you need more energy, blood sugar drops, which makes you even more lethargic, right? And then you get short sleep.
Been there.
Yep. And then And then even when you like meals, and when you're under eating carbs, I mean, it's all relative. And it just, yeah, it's not that information out there that just drives me nuts.
And that's the gap.
That that breath, yeah,
Yeah. You're not overstressed or on cortisol, right? It's just you're under fuel and under recovered. You got to fix that.
yep. That's where our framework comes into effect. You know, the 5 inputs, it just gives your body the steady energy so you can stop the panicking, lower the stress levels, the cortisol. So you got the vital fuel, vital energy, right? Inputs.
Right.
And the reset, sleep,
Right.
right? It helps handle the nervous system. The toxic offload, it reduces the hidden stresses that you may not even know are there. The active body moves it, gets your body moving again. And the level mind keeps everything just locked in the regulation part of it all.
And in the kitchen, this is what it looks like eating real food, whole foods. And it starts with every meal, right? Sweet potatoes, rice, oats, legumes, fruit, salads, right? There's so many different vegetables out there. Find a few that try them and see which ones you like and gravitate to those, right? Meals are built around these instead of around the protein shakes.
Yes, the protein shakes is not a meal. It's not energy. It's taking your money at the end of the day. When you eat like the way you eat, you stabilize your blood sugar fast, and the cortisol will follow.
So yeah, and your face it will start to deflate to look
Yes.
like your normal self again.
Yep.
And been there.
Yep. That's not because you tape it at nighttime whatsoever. So
That's not going to do
sound
nothing
advice,
but
babe.
make you uncomfortable and miserable and stretch your skin too much.
Yeah. So what are some one action they kind of do this week?
So at your next meal, just put one real whole food carb on your plate. A sweet potato, like I said, rice, like I said, right? Eat some fruit. Fruit is not your enemy, right? Some beans, lentils. There's so many different various beans out there.
Yeah.
To put that on your plate.
Just change the plate and see the difference. In 72 hours, you will notice the difference. More lightness, the morning puffiness, the afternoon crashes, the sharpness, the lack of sharpness, it all starts fading away.
So you're not chasing that hormone anymore. You're actually rebuilding your system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And if you want the whole protocol, you want to kind of get what you want to do is go over to Instagram at Taj Haynes HQ and DM me the word scorecard. I'll send you a scorecard with you kind of energy and some things you can do around the Vital 5 framework to get some quick wins, which are not considered hacks, but get you down closer to your overall closing that gap.
Okay.
No, that should do it. Sounds good.
Okay. Until next time, be well.
All right. Take care.